now, because ladies and gents, it's NiP, it's Gambit, it's Dust2, and it's the finale to this BO3 series.
Yeah, and without further ado, let's just get right into it, shall we? Rez is wasting no time in fighting down here in mid. He does have to be careful, because down in the lower tunnels, Gambit are moving in with 3, looking for a slice of the pie in middle.
Yeah, flash up Cat, but they're trying to get through these doors right now. Rez is wide and needs to have his eyes wide open because they're hunting him down. T's running wild. Inter's on long, dealing with the re-aggro, and Shiro as well. Forget the mid to be. They're jumping right back up Cat as NiP try and aggress on the flank. They have been decimated. 3 kills. Finally, Linus will respond, but at this point, Gambit have the bomb in the site ready to go. Plant is in. And they have 2 on long with that P250 as well. It's not getting easier. In fact, it's getting impossible.
Yeah. Oh, all right, Hobbit.
Reasonable.
Just styling on them. Why not? Why not? Put a bit of flair on the pistol. Nice statement piece from Gambit, right? Only losing 1 player in amidst the madness. They hit the ground running. And they've been better at getting the conversions as well. A lot of the time for NiP, it felt like they've slipped away. Same cannot be said for Gambit.
Yeah, and I question if NiP even buy here, really. Like, you know, you can get Deeg armor and stuff, but soon rifles, or rifles soon, rather, is always tempting. Let's say. Don't often see ecos or forces get 1 on Dust2 as much as many of the other maps, but NiP are going to go for it nonetheless. We love a PT50 on pistol round. Shiro does too. And he always puts it to good use, this guy. So here's the force from NiP. Got a scout on device. And a hero Fama, something that worked well for Axel back on Inferno, winning the 2nd round after losing pistol. Device got to be careful. He spots that top player.
Ooh, Device. Trying his hand at the wall bang. Sucks he doesn't hang around. They're about to drop the hinge smoke, and usually, there we go, you can get free tags on players doing exactly that, right? You know where they're standing, you know where they are at the double doors, you can just scout them right through it. Nice D shot out of Hampers. Yeah. Stops Hobbit from just snowballing out of control on this A bomb site, and it's kept Gambit at bay. There's also a Molotov gone in to slow it down, and so this attempt at the catwalk push hasn't gone to plan for Gambit. They might have to look for answers elsewhere, and that kill on Rez in middle is going to prove impactful. That's lessened the threat of having this round slip through your fingers. You know this is going to make the NiP setup shuffle around a little bit. And so if they do recommit into catwalk and split through long, this A bomb site is ripe for the taking.
What an aggravating call, right? Gambit kill the B rotate, and then they go right back into this A split, coming in from long. And yeah, like I said, this should just be a freebie. Plopsky needs to do something miraculous. Oh no, the shot misses. And now he's onto the CZ, but he won't live to pull it out in time. He has to build that gun. It doesn't come pre-assembled, sadly. And so Gambit will find a second. I love that call, man. Right back into A. And NiP had rotated. It was Hampers through CT already, so in the wrong position. Smoked off now, just looking to save the Deeg. Use these pistols and the armor. In the next round, it will still be Eco. It's going to be Gambit starting off strong here with a 2-0. And a 3rd likely going to follow.
Of course, remember the stakes here, right? The winner of this series goes on to that upper final to play the winner of Big versus G2. The loser drops on down to play the winner of VP versus Complexity down in the lower bracket. And after VP had a bit of a slow start the other day, right, losing to Big, that was certainly unexpected for a lot of people. I do think that lower bracket is a very dangerous place to find yourself. You don't envy whichever one of these teams cops the L here today.
Very scary stuff indeed. Even got lower bracket matches going on right now as well. Remember, Mousesports Liquid are over on that B stream on map 2. If you are interested in either of those squads, right now we're relying on Hampus more than anyone. He's got the Deg armor. They're doing the boost up, but he's nice and wide, so they won't be able to see him. He's waiting for that headshot to appear. Can he hit it? Ooh.
I like it though. So Plopsky was challenging the boost and, you know, like trying to entice them to go for these short kills. We're hoping that that was going to make him discount Hampus. That doesn't end up happening, and Gambit get the info without taking any damage. So that's good for them. Once again, this hinge smoke going in, and Linus was trying to capitalize on that bit of damage. Just misses the spam. Now, if you're NiP, right, you kind of have to start gambling. All these attempts at the early fights that you wanted to take haven't worked out. And so you need to play a numbers game. They'll divert all their attention into mid and B. And once more, Gambit are dodging the entirety of this with an A play.
Doesn't that feel good? Or at least it will in a moment when the realization kicks in for Gambit. NiP are just going to be running in, looking for guns, looking for exits. If they can, you know, trap Gambit in the bomb site or stop them from leaving the bomb radius, maybe there's some damage to be had. But really, you imagine Gambit are going to fight their way out tooth and nail in the post plant. It's for long, so they won't actually play towards the catwalk. They just completely avoid this setup. I love the move out from Gambit. Just take the range fights. Look at these engagements. NiP aren't supposed to win any of these, and so they will not. 1 by 1, NiP fall. But we've really just been waiting for the gun round. The first buy coming up in a second. Gambit, for the meantime, 5 alive. And already building quite the wealth on this T half.
So we got the first rifle round coming through now for NiP, and Device will don that AWP from the get-go. Shiro not bringing his out yet. He's keeping the scout in place. So this is a bonus round here from Gambit. If they take this, if they get things like the free upgrade onto the AWP, that would be massive for the Gambit squad, right? These bonus rounds, great way to take an early advantage in terms of leaping ahead monetarily. Obviously, it means you've got to get it done with less than your opponent. That's the challenge. Out towards long. Hobbit still just waiting patiently around the blue bin, and Plopsky gets the better of him in that head-to-head. That's one of the 2 AKs removed from play, and without really accomplishing much. Gambit have so often been good at getting these openers. So what's the response now that they're a man down with very little to show for it?
Certainly looks like B, doesn't it? Device is AWPing long, so this would be a great way to avoid him. They don't know where the AWP is. They don't even know it's in play yet, but I guess they'll never know. Not until a retake scenario if they get their contact out middle. No smoke yet. They've got the lineups though, and the fight comes in as the smokes go through. Hampus probably not ready for such quick peeks as he sees those smokes right in front of him. Now Gambit run wild, right up middle, into that B bomb site. There's 2 CTs here at least. They're focused on tunnels, but they don't need to be. Flashes out to middle. Linus going to try and play off of them. Oh, he gets a kill. That's good at least. Was very low from the Molotov, and they know Rez has to be here as well. Can they clear him out? The spray is beautiful, and Device with the AWP. Dex Nafany from behind. Shiro can't hit this shot with a pistol, and it's going to be NiP on the board early enough. Device squealing. You like that?
So Hugo, have you actually confirmed that the squeal is Device? Because I know,
yeah,
that's what we're going with.
Based on all the information I've got, yeah, it seems like Device is squealing.
Yeah, you looked into your squealography.
Yeah, check the squeal pattern in the sky. Oh dear, yeah. It's one way to get in the heads.
Yeah, we got clashing AWPs now as well, right? Shiro, as mentioned, had the scout last round. He's no longer on those baby guns. He's graduated to the big boy weapon.
Nice.
And so this round, Gambit have a lot more to offer. This is one where they are hoping to be able to disrupt the NiP game plan. They're out in the bottom of mid, but they're still holding on to both long and tunnel. So the options are open to Gambit. They're not committed to anything yet. They get this spot in middle, they drop utility. They know once again this is going to be jumbling around the CT side positions. Right, you can see the effect it's had. Hampus is left A, dropping into CT to help out. And now Gambit start to explore these other avenues, trying to get an idea of what they've done to the CT setup.
Yeah, where is that orb shifted, right? Is it back on the cross as it should be? Yes, it is. Device can help on long as well. Waiting for Plopsky, who's looking anti-flash into the wall. But this doesn't really matter. Gambit aren't interested in A. They've dropped again into a late mid to B. The smoke could be a problem, but Nafany is just going through it, dropping utility, but he has his back turned to the B site. Rez drops the bomb too, almost a third Rez. Always good for a multi-kill, it feels, leaving Linus alone on B, but he's got cover, and he's not giving up anything. Smoke spam from Hampus leaves the bomb in no man's land, and it's only Inters who's not being given the kill on the B site. Linus, oh, this is great stalling. Inter seems to know, but he can't find the corner. He can't find a glimpse. And he might die after time if he doesn't go now. There it is. Hampus to clean up. And NiP, what a beautiful round.
Yeah, it is great to see, man. I was a little bit worried that after Inferno, right, especially with guys like Linus who were really struggling on that map there, right? Unlike your devices in this team, you know, your more experienced players, someone like Linus, he is young, he's not used to being on the big LAN stages, so it might be hard for him to rebuild himself, right?
Yeah.
To hype himself back up. That's where you look at the more experienced faces here, the rest of the team, guys like Threat, because he is looking better. He's made the right call a couple of times now. He was instrumental to getting that round there on the board for NiP.
Yeah, Linus is just such a solid B anchor on this map as well. We saw it in that Liquid game, right? Like how many rounds he would multi-kill with the AUG. He would get so much damage off. He's thrown his AK over to his teammate to buy an AUG. That's how good he is in this position. And yeah, he was always really, really well dealing with these mid to B splits, because it can be so hard knowing what you're going to get hit by first. Is it window? Is it doors? Is it tunnel? You never know. And
yeah,
so Linus is really good at isolating those fights. As we saw there, just stalling out. He doesn't get a kill, but he doesn't need to.
We compared him to like a sentry turret almost, it felt like, right? Because he would just stand in place and flick around the place to make these multi-kills happen.
Yeah, it's a really good sign, right? Like having, you know, an inexperienced player, but putting him in a position like that where he clearly seems comfortable.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of responsibility at the same time, right? It's like a nice way to grow him and get him used to that.
And you don't have to micromanage a B anchor, right? Like they're rarely leaving their spot until you know it's A. They're just sitting back and B. You don't need to talk to them. He can just focus on his style. Right now it's Gambit though with pistols. That's a nade. That's one hell of a nade. Hundreds upon hundreds of damage. And now they just walk into the wood chipper. Hampus, 2 kills, and now he's ducking down to avoid the headshot.
It's coming back to me, Device with the swing, the AWP, lighting them up on the cross. Axile deegs out 1, but that should be the extent of the damage here. The Deagle's out of ammo, he's been betrayed by the ammo counts, and Rez is there to lock in the equalizing 3rd round for NiP.
Yeah, now they're believing again. Now they're remembering what victory tastes like, at least. But will that be short-lived? Because we do have another rifle round from Gambit with everything, all the bonuses, AWP. And they're coming back in with this round. Nafany yet to frag here. Everyone else on the board. So look at the long, but he gets smoked off immediately. Device holding for the tunnels boost. It won't be used. Oh, Hobbit jumping. Rez definitely would have heard that in middle as well. Hobbit needs to clear it fully, and Rez hits a headshot. That's disgusting. Barely got a second to react to that. Rez just jumping, staying tucked tight in the corner. Will eventually evade capture, but
there
maybe I spoke too soon.
There we go, Shiro, you can't get away from Shiro. Axile, in the meantime, is exploiting this gap at long and has opened up with that kill. So now NiP are feeling the pressure. From a good start, there's suddenly a bad place to find yourself. It's only getting worse with each passing moment, Linus and Device are the two players left in this for NiP to make any kind of difference.
Ooh.
They're aggroing it through middle. Linus behind you. Linus! Inter's going to take him out. The trade found, and Device left in for the clutch. He knows about one of these mid players, but he can't locate him. Inters steals that round from underneath their noses.
Yeah, poor Nafany. He dies for the cause at least, but you don't want to get walked on there. You call it to your teammate. What are you watching, man? But yeah, just a series of unfortunate events. However, recovered well by Gambit. To think that Rez started that strong. And the jump is what gave him away as well. It's so sad. If he just ran on the ground, he would have made it. But you want to jump, right? You get to fly around the corner. Gives you that extra boost. But that can sometimes be your undoing. Okay, Shiro. That's not cool. He's just tagged Rez through the door. It's not like Rez can even take the AWP. Device is far too far away. So Rez has to play a lot more passive now in this round. He also wants to use his utility. There's no point dying with, you know, thousands of dollars of nades. So get that out while you can. Make sure you don't get picked. But now with, you know, him getting hit in middle gives so much more room and so much less info for NiP.
Yeah, suddenly, you know, the guy who's been good at getting you this mid info and providing that at the very, very least is forced to play conservative. And you can see that this has really opened up the map for Gambit. They're down short. They haven't really had to expend any utility to get this control. And now as they're throwing in these mid to B smokes, NiP have got no idea what's going on in middle. Rez is trying to hold it from the doors, but he's off the angle. They don't know the numbers. Inters is selling this fake, but NiP have not fallen for it. They've kept 3 players at this A-bomb site. Device picking them off on the cross, and they're not ready for Hampus. They thought the rotations would have come in, and it's anything but here at A. Everyone's still in place for NiP. And my word.
Is that Device? It makes me question
I really don't know if it is.
You name one other dude on that team who can scream like that, Harry, and I'll join
I got
you.
a weird feeling about Linus, bro. I'm looking, I'm looking at this guy over on the left.
Calm. We need to catch that on camera. Someone, please, for the love of God, catch the squealer, catch the screamer. Frankie was saying it was Device. That's what she wrote earlier in the chat, or yesterday, I think. So I trust Frankie. That's a good source. She is down there on the sidelines right now in Cologne.
Maybe the NiP CEO's there, like, watching, and this is him reacting like that.
Getting hype. Squealing their way to success. Maybe it's threat, man. You never know.
Yeah, something tells me it's not, but...
It's just, yeah, we hear it, and then we look back at the cam, and everyone's like,
calm. And like,
everyone's so calm. I'm like, okay, yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Woo!
It's Device letting out the squeals and screams.
We knew it. We knew it. It was all along.
It's just weird. I've never heard that when Astralis were playing, and now I hear it every time NiP are playing.
Round,
I hear it in my nightmares, for crying out loud.
Yeah, usually Device is too used to the crowd noise covering his squeals, but hell, we haven't heard it on online, that's for sure. I'm not complaining, though. Gambit might be 4-on-4. Level right now. Certainly not the one-sided affair that Inferno gave us. Although, hello, Hobbit. Talk about journeys. Well, NiP will not be expecting this one because Hobbit is going all the way around, looking at the ground. This is to stop his head getting spotted from Device, who's going to come back and he'll have no idea. Hobbit's got a freebie.
Oh my
He's
God.
got a knife if he wants it, but why not just take the shot while it's there?
Yes.
Easy kill. AWP dropped, and now this round is all confusion for NiP.
Yeah, man, you ain't going to be squealing about that one, are you? Device deeged up the side of the face and knocked out of the round. Now, the rest of NiP have got to try to fill this gap. The problem is, they don't know the extent of the gap. They don't know how big the hole is that needs plugging. There's a lot of bodies up through short for Gambit. The bomb is down as well. The Deagles here are looking to do something dastardly. Now, NiP shouldn't be worrying yet. There is still very little on these Gambit players to make a round happen. And there's still utility in play. It's going to set up Hampus to get 2 alongside Plopsky. Slowly but surely kills coming in. And oh my word, look at the long wrap from Nafany. He's taken one out of the round. They're on the bomb. They can't get them off. And it will be NiP just through sticking it. Grabbing a 5th round. Still so much damage done. I'm kind of lost for words at that one there.
Yeah.
So wild with the pistols trying to make it happen. Nafany with a long wrap that looked like it was going to save the day, but then the bomb was planted for Catwalk. And really, that's the thing that lets it all down in the very end.
Great flashes for NiP as well, right? Like the fact that they blind just everyone on the bomb side, the two side players and the Goose player completely useless at that point with really good utility. So yeah, the late flank, you would have wanted the side players to live a little bit longer, but they could not help it. Shiro again, by the way, he hit the cross shot, obviously. So Linus is on 30 health. No one catching a break here for NiP. Certainly not safe to get to this B bomb site. No guarantee. Orb up on Cat as well. Device yet to play this position, but Molotov keeps Hobbit back. They'll trade utility. However, it's not deep enough that Device is going to get forced off this angle. Hobbit was pushed back himself. Flash, however, will work wonders, and so Device respects it. Goes back to the cross. These are easy shots for him from this position at least. It's just about maximizing your early kills, right? If you can grab a Cat kill, drop off back, go through the motions as an AWPer, that's the hope, that's the dream. Execute smokes in, but it's not a full commit.
Yeah, once more, they've said to Hobbit, look, man, Hobbit, you're just the guy, right? You're the dude who will sail NiP down the river and make them believe that this is an A play. And Hobbit, of course he's up for the job. Ooh. This is him in his element. And oh, well, wouldn't you know, you put him in his element and Device in his element together, it's only compounded the problems. Nafany and Axal are going to get a couple of kills in a couple of seconds. Linus now, the turret at the back of B is dismembered. And Gambit managed to pull that round back in spite of losing. The early man, that first player out from short, Hobbit, gets swept aside, and then Nafany and Axal go on to carry the round through.
I thought Nafany was going to crater Harry. He was like 10 health falling off of Cat. He lives to tell the tale, and then he just bops Device in the face. Great stuff, great shots from Nafany, who was a bit quiet to begin this game, but is waking and warming up here. And now, 11 rounds in. NiP, no money either. Time for Threat to get involved. Pause coming through and coming to a close as NiP just put all their money in, everything, and get themselves down to 0. However, in the likely event they don't win this eco, or this force, Gambit should be running away with a nice little T-side on Dust2. Another cross shot for Shiro, maybe?
Oh, he might even get a challenge. As this scouter Device taking a peek through middle. Oh, spots Hobbit. And now that they know the scout is here and looking for a fight, Shiro is only more enticed to keep holding these doors, right? Imagine once again, you're going to have Device try to get the free damage on the player dropping a hinge smoke. Molly forces Rez wide, and Shiro rewarded for his patience at holding middle. As mentioned, the moment he learned about that scout, he was interested in getting rid of it. Rez falls as well. That's the one M4 taken out of the round, and so Gambit are teed up nicely to find the lead.
Plopsky just desperately trying to hold on here, but eventually going to get cleared out, and Gambit just going through the motions to close this round 5-on-2. Guns, at least in the hands of NiP, but not much to do with them. Bomb going to be able to cross. And that's Gambit setting themselves up for another one. The later they plant, the more they can fan out and hunt. They know they've got a lot of map control here. They are even in the spawn already. Axal, dropping Hampus. No M4 save, unless Linus can grab it, but why would Axal give it up? Oh.
Okay. Well, that's now a gun retrievable. They're still trying to hunt Linus down, but they've kind of pumped the brakes here, giving it a moment, waiting to see if he comes to them from this position, right? They know he wants to try and change his position up, and now they'll hunt him. They'll get the better of him. Nafany's there to remove that M4 from play. And NiP will just have to bite the bullet, as sad as that is, and take a full eco. You're kind of, you know, giving Gambit these rounds over now. You're just having to admit defeat. Let them chain together, these couple, before you come back in with the rifles.
Yeah, Frankie's come in with the sauces.
I saw this. This is good. Go on.
Frankie's sauces hampers on you know who's doing the
Read
squeeze.
the other bit that she said. That's good.
I think he's reliable as a witness. NiP are also the biggest gang of LAN. They go everywhere together like a little school gang, and I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that. It's very sweet.
Waltzing in.
And with, you know, if how we've seen them act at boot camp is anything to go by, they are really trying to develop this, like, this feel of, look, man, we all get on, we all talk very openly about the gameplay, we're all friends. It's like a little family. Very
sweet. And, you know, families that squeal together.
I mean, F is for family. That is what they say, right? And, you know, I think Fast and Furious will remind us of that till the end of time, Hugo. Right? Nothing's more important than family.
Isn't that nice? But back on track. Our Gambit at least, 7-5. And they're making NiP scarily quiet in the LAN right now. There's no yelling right now. Because Gambit are in full control. Device with the AWP, but he has no armor. Up on the catwalk or scoped on it at least. Waiting for Gambit to commit to an A take, but every time we've seen Gambit come around this corner, they've thrown that double execute smoke, right? And I don't think this round will be any exception. So Device is going to get completely smoked off, flashed out. He'll have to re-peek as they commit. He's still in a really good position, and maybe they make the mistake of peeking before they bloom. Let's see. Smokes are in. Device dodges. He's trying to avoid flashes. One will drop, and Device will miss his shot. Molly pushes him way back into the open, and Hobbit and Nafany find a killer piece. That CT drop is perfect. Even though Rez will spam through and take Nafany, it won't change the outcome of the round. This should be a save. The only reason they're tempted is because Plopsky's still out on long. Oh, or at least they were tempted.
From bad to worse, and Hampus just writes the NS in chat. Yeah, man, it was a nice shot and all. We got to see it. Just merciless from Gambit. You're not getting away with setting up for a retake. You're not even getting to run and hide and save those guns. It's so punishing. The money is gone again, so another eco round about to come through for NiP, and this is letting Gambit very, very comfortably at the end of the half just run away with this game. This is the essence of this CT economy that we talk about and why it is so punishing. Every round NiP are losing is followed up by an eco.
They've forgotten how to cap boost.
I like it though. Rez gave us like a tutorial almost, right? There we go.
Not there in the end, but
I don't know if it matters now. You could have just run round faster.
Doesn't really speed it up, does it? Either way, I mean, it's not a round that NiP have any business winning, so Gambit are going to make sure that that is the case. Just looking to tap down these A points.
The other thing about Gambit is that they are just infuriating in the sense of, like, look, NiP is stacked heavy at this side of the map, right? But Gambit are the sort of team where if they don't like the way the A site looks, they're not going to feel like, oh, they're on pistols, we'll just chance it. Like, you know, they are super methodical in how they approach this. They don't leave anything to chance. Even now, littering the site in smokes, in util, and still they're hesitant about pushing in.
No, it's a really good call. They know everyone's here at this point. Hobbit is waiting in spawn for an aggression.
Oh my god, they're all getting tagged.
And now it's fine. It's fine. It's under control. You can leave if you really want to. It's still a little bit awkward, but Axel's grabbed himself the AWP on 10 health, and he's putting it to good use. Another shot connects, and now they recommit. Up cat comes Hobbit, and he's late from T-Spore with a vengeance. Double kill to close it out. And so, yeah, it's all fine for Gambit. It gets a bit dicey, but then they stop, they take a breath, and they wait for the flank.
Hobbit was like the little dog meme, you know, where it says, this is fine, you know, like, and everything's burning around him. And then there he is, just coming in from short and alleviating any of our worries. I'm seeing auto snipers dropped over. They're going to spam those mid doors. So good luck.
Hero's been hitting it with the AWP. He doesn't need an auto, but there's 4 snipers down middle. Linus eats a bullet, but Everyone else will delay their
Really,
cross.
out of everything that could have come out of that, that's a pretty damn good crossing.
I mean, you're not even, you know, if you're doing that, you're only doing it because you can. You're not doing it because you think, oh, this will definitely work, right? Like, it changes nothing. You've got the money. Make sure, I would say, make sure you throw the autos out the map. I've seen a team lose a round. I think it was G2.
It was G2.
Lost
I
a round
remember
because they left the autos in spawn, and then they got flanked through T-spawn by a pistol. They picked up the auto, and then they won the round. So
yeah,
that can happen, but I don't think Gambit are worried. Hobbit's even kept the auto into the round.
Ah, okay. So Hobbit really is getting cheeky with it.
You guys can pick this up from my corpse. And a B play with a double sniper is audacious.
Linus back plat, tagged on the cross by the auto snipers. And now solely responsible for B. First shot misses. He does have support from Rez, and the molly combined with this AWP is torn through Gambit. There's NiP finding one more before the half draws to a close. We get one final battle cry out of the NiP boys. We're gonna need even more as the drums of war sound off. Throwing this over to a quick break, and then we're back with the second half.
Hey Future Pros! For this episode, I'll show you a neat little smoke that would help you when retaking B. This smoke will completely block off the B tunnels. To do the smoke, run into this corner next to the truck. Aim as shown, then jump through the smoke. If done correctly, the entrance to B tunnels will...
For bracket finals, now that's a wonderful thing. You'll at least be guaranteed quarters from winning this series. The loser, meanwhile, their fate is still hanging in the balance down in the lower bracket.
Yeah, and here we go, right into the action. It's a T-side now for NiP, and they want the catwalk. Smoke down on the Xbox and charging with 3. We've got a double long take, but Shiro's in pit, and some whiff shots is not pretty. Now he's trapped, he's lost Axile, and he's out of ammo. A dead man walking. Nafany, though, coming in for cover. How is Shiro still alive? 4 on 3, Shiro putting in more damage, and Linus faking the bomb, but now he's got a stick, and Nafany can aggress. He's so patient, forcing the plant. Linus, again, another tap, another fake. Nafany doesn't fall for it. Still even got a flashbang to get them in for a retake. You got to get this bomb down, but at this point, they're all around you, and Nafany is taking names. This guy was 0-4 to begin the map. He's now 10-9. That is a huge pistol round. Saving Shiro, stopping the plant, and finding double digits.
Yeah, we're going to have a force buy back in out of NiP. They want to bring the heat from the get-go. They want to make Gambit feel pressured. Now, Gambit, they've been better at getting these conversions whenever we've seen them attempt these rounds. So let's see if that holds true now. NiP, if there ever was a time to go against the grain and pick up a force buy win, it's right here, right now, in the third map of this important series.
Yeah, Deegs, though, 1 scout. Not a lot to play with here for NiP. We've got M4s, we've got those rifles over on Gambit. They're more than happy to take the range game. Vice is certainly looking for it, but no kills offered up on the A site. In fact, Gambit re-aggress on catwalk. They want other real estate. They've seen long has been taken. They want to find out where NiP are or are not. Well, there's the confirmation of it. Up on the catwalk, double kill. Nafany helps out with a trade as well, and they are falling like flies. Long player removed, and Linus locked in a battle in middle. Bye-bye. Gambit on the board again, 11-6. No force by heroics. That's the conversion you were talking about. One more freebie to go.
Yeah, man, that's rough as well. Like, you know, Astralis with... Astralis? Sorry, I got a bit into Device being it. Yeah. NiP, rather, would have really loved to to have finally had a chance to win one of these force buys, right? As mentioned, Gambit have been able to do that against them time and time again. They would have loved to have had that swing back the other way and start to make this more competitive, because now a 12-6 scoreline really is what we should be seeing on our screens before we have rifles in for NiP.
Palm tree flashed, ready to go. Waiting for NiP to commit. Hobbit can confirm that soon. And oh, Shiro's actually spotted them wide as well. Hobbit gets a kill. Shiro baits some shots, but NiP are not keen to re-aggress. They're actually out of there. Dodging death for now. Linus won't be as lucky. Shiro, he's going to deliver it right to them. First class in the front line. Another from the catwalk. Shiro, he's on for it. He's trying to kill everyone right now. But it is denied eventually. Nafany dropping res. And 3 for Shiro is a nice little stat pat. Wait, pad stat. Stats pad.
There we go. Yeah.
Woo, it's been a long day. Here we are.
I feel like, you swapped the first letters around first, then the back letters.
I do that a lot on purpose.
Back letters.
Yeah, the back. I get what you mean. Words are hard at the end of the day, but someone's got to say them.
All right, here it is. Buys back in for NiP. First T-side rifle for him. AWP in Device's hands, but it's glass cannon. So he might find himself feeling fragile in this round here. Lots of attention at long for Gambit. They deny this real estate to Astralis, to NiP. Why do I keep doing it? I haven't done that once this whole series, and now, like, woo! It's just all happening. Device with his AWP. Down here in lower is going to get deleted by Shiro up on Cat. I didn't even expect that kill to come through. What? Shiro's taken down another, and this round is getting snatched out from NiP. Oh, and mid, it's ugly from Hampus. This was a bonus round for the Gambit squad. NiP, they needed this victory. If they can't get this, they've got nothing in the next, and it's free upgrades all around for Gambit.
Yeah, Linus has been left in so many 1vx's this map and in so many unfavorable positions severely. CT and T side. How's he supposed to do this? It's a trial by fire, and he's going to get backstabbed by Exile. Gambit grabbing AKs, arming themselves to the teeth. And they are sinking those teeth right into the neck of the Ninjas, 13-6. And with no bomb plant, NiP need to make a fiscally responsible decision here. And that really is the call to not buy. If you want to fight back for a win in regulation, you've got to give up 14 now and play those Deagles.
Yeah, and that's a horrible feeling, right? Like, when this is your best course of action, is to go, okay, we probably give over 14 here. You're having a lot of faith in your ability to remain resilient and grind out a victory. Because that's what it would be, right? It would be a grind. So yeah, partial investment, buying up a little, but keeping money to invest in the next.
I really wonder, like, I need to check the stats after this game, but what is Shiro's like average KD against top 30 teams? I want to compare that to like James, right? Like, who gets it? Because James saves a lot, but man, Shiro just doesn't die, right? In these rounds that they're winning, part of it's coming from clutching, part of it's coming from just, he's always on the other side of the map lurking, being a nuisance. But whatever he does, he always seems to have the least deaths in the server. He has exactly the amount of deaths that NiP has rounds, funnily enough. Here comes the B-Crunch. Inters is blind. But did they see him get in the cubby? It doesn't look like it. Oh, messy spray. Double entry for NiP, and guns on the ground mean they have a fighting chance in this eco.
Yeah, this is actually a really nice round out of NiP. Oh, but Hobbit from window, as he often does, right? It's the kills that really matter. They're the ones that Hobbit is good at finding. Device, big trade back, and a big trade to have secured, considering the man you've removed from play. Oh, Exile's wasting no time with supportive flashes out of Shiro. They run the site down, and they do retake it. They take it back from NiP control and find 14 rounds as promised.
Oh, even when NiP have like a great position, considering the context of this series, right? They got an eco, they're in the B site, they've got guns, and then that happens. Gotta say, I love that fake from Device. He stood on the edge of the ledge and he was able to fake the bomb, tap it down on the ground, and then when he gets peeked from window, he's so much higher than Gambit are ready for. He's on top of that ledge, as said. And so he's able to catch a freebie. Still, doesn't matter in the end of things as flashes render him useless. And the retake happens for Gambit. 14-6. NiP, that lower bracket is welcoming them right now. Do they have anything to say to it?
And this is huge for Gambit, right? Like, this is immediately starting to lay any doubts to rest. This victory, if they're able to get it, which it all hinges on securing this round. If they do, they've paved an easy path to securing a victory. They would have made playoffs already at a bare minimum, right? Be that quarterfinals or semis based on the outcome of that upper bracket game. Through the smoke, Nafany takes matters into his own hands, and he's out of there. He's like a ghost. He's appeared, he's haunted you for a moment, and now you can't find him again. Inter's even slipping into the tunnels. Now, NiP are aware of this, right? No way have they given up B. They might know he's here. Knowing is only half the battle. Linus is going to come in to help out. It's a 4-on-4, even odds retake at B again to decide the outcome of this round.
Yeah, that Dink on Device would love the kill there. Could have put Gambit back in favor for this retake. Now it's going to be very difficult. And with more time ticking off, you wonder if they're even going to consider it. If they are, they've got to go soon. Maybe just looking for damage at this point. This bomb is under halfway. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. It seems to be a done deal for Gambit. They're sneaking in the last second. No, not happening.
No.
NiP hiding at the car. Nice and easy in the post plant. Gambit trying to pull the wool over NiP's eyes and get a ninja defuse. It's not happening versus the ninjas. That bomb radius, you know, if you're full health, you can sit on the car. You can stay inside of B. And so no reason to leave when Gambit are going for little tricky plays like that. Nice try. But 14-7 is the score. And NiP, time to believe again, because if you don't, it's already over.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the whole reason that you waited to round 14 to make sure you had the fall buy was because you had faith in the system, in the gun, in the rifles. When you've got everything, you had faith in your ability to pull this game back. It is a long old gap, 7 between them and Gambit. And as mentioned, the reason why I say this is going to feel like a real grind is Gambit, you know, you're not breaking them on the back of winning 1 or 2 rounds. Like, you need this one again, and then they're still investing. You need to win that, and then finally you've done enough damage to start to take advantage of the CT money. So the path to recovery is a long one, and it's fraught with danger for NiP.
Yeah, one mistake can really be the outcome of this series. It can decide everything here. Can't afford to think like that, but that's what it can come down to. Nafany tucked close in the middle door. It's a very hard spot to clear. Often used Molotovs to clear this position. Hobbit getting burnt out on long right now, and they just pop through mid. The flash avoided by Nafany. If he can get a smoke off, that's impressive. He doesn't pull it out. Oh dear. Lots of damage through the wall. Smoke will eventually land, and he's still covered, just dodging these orb shots as they rally on through. Nafany just abusing with his utility as much as he can. The molly won't work, but the fact that he's still alive is impressive enough. Here's Axar wanting a piece of the pie. Oh.
Man, I can't believe he wins that as well. Rez even looked cognizant. What? How's he still going?
Flashed out.
No. Axile's down here in mid fighting with them. He should have never gotten away with a double. And that play alone is just a sign of the times, right? How did he get away with a double kill in mid? It really has just driven this one home for Gambit. Plopsky, last man remaining. And any one of these corners could be hiding Gambit players 20 seconds, time is a problem, the numbers are a problem. Plopsky is only feeling problems right now, and he's got no solutions to them. He's bowing out, he's saving the AK. Gambit, it's match and series point.
It's playoff point, baby. That's where Gambit are looking to go, and it seems like nothing can stand in their way. Axel is an absolute monster. He got shot at from top mid when he killed Rez, and he still calls for the flash to just jump on the head of Device, somehow winning that one as well, and then getting traded. But at that point, he's thrown enough confusion in the round that it's Gambit. 15-7. NiP just using their timeouts here, trying to bleed whatever they can out of this series. If not for the win, then for pride. Get some more rounds. Make it not feel as one-sided, because that's how it's looking right now. Inferno was no competition. Dust2, NiP were in it in the first half. His T-side has been lacking, however. Gambit, man, they want the pistol, they want conversions, they want a bonus round.
It's so exciting, man, that they're able to put any doubters to silence, right, within the first few days of the event.
No one's calling them onliners anymore, right? These are legit LAN results for Gambit, and they're only going to keep building. One more. That's all it's going to take.
Early B lean for NiP. They're hoping that this can provide some kind of solace. Inter's left here alone, but Nafany is already making his way around. Nafany's individual decision-making has been just as good as the calls he's been providing, right? He seemingly has an idea as to what's going on in this round before there's really been any indication out of NiP. I think it was the Device scoping up in tunnels that maybe dropped a bit of a hint. Shiro's nearby in CT. He's responsible for catching players crossing. Gets the information that one guy's made it up onto Cat. There is more than that. I don't know the full extent of NiP on Catwalk, but they are aware of the possibility. And so Shiro's already backed up to supplement this A-hold.
Times are ticking. 45 on the clock. NiP throwing in the smokes, and it looks like they're just going to have to go off the back of this high flashes. Will anyone full spawn, or are they just try to cross on in? Shiro here to put a stop to them. The Molly and Goose is not going to limit his position, but the flashes certainly will. Blinded off the angle. Nafany dead first to Device's orb, and he's running right back into tunnels. That was a mid-pick. NiP are bailing. They're retreating to the B-bomb site. It's all on Inters. He's the only man here, and he has to hold strong.
Yeah, but you might not be expecting a B player to still be waiting, especially not as deep as Car. Oh, it's going to get checked, but still Inters is in with the first. Linus trades it out. They've got Hampus trapped at short as well. This could give you a 3-on-3. However, he's just wasting time. That's his responsibility, and Gambit is saving. They wrap onto Hampus, but now they just have to stay alive with 3. Great mid-round reaction out of NiP to recognize that A-bomb site was a terrifying place to wind up.
Uh-oh, wait, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, because he's trapped. Plopsky can't escape. Gambit grabbed the kill. Is that really temptation enough? Time is going by so fast.
There is a 2-on-2 in this site, but it's just so far ticked already.
Honestly, I respect it. Like, they weren't really planning to win the round, and when they get the kill, they realize, hey, we could just run in through B here, but probably not going to win it. Like, NiP is set up with a crossfire. They're going to... that's all frag shot, dice and bomb. But yeah, like, I don't think Gambit at any point was thinking, hey, we can actually win this round. Let's just keep our guns. Let's just keep the AKs. We have so many opportunities to close. And so that's fine. But yeah, great call, right? Device gets that mid pick, and then everyone just runs right back, leaving Hampus in A to sell it further, to stall Gambit even longer. Because you talk about that 2-on-2, Harry, but it would have been a 3-on-2 if Shiro was able to escape Hampus's clutches earlier. He just got delayed so late by that 1A lurk. And Hampus falls to the wall, mate, right through the door.
Yeah, full confidence. Very, very ballsy, especially considering the kind of impact that guys like Shiro have been able to find on this sort, but he's up on the A site, has no say in what's going on in middle. They've got Hampus out here. I feel like maybe they're not really sure now what to do with him. He's coming in on this late lurk into the B site. The B players should be aware of this, right? They're very, very cognizant of this idea. They're holding on for it. Hampus is kind of like... this position is either going to make or break the round, it feels like. Either he dies just being trapped out on an island. And oh, Nafany's in midair! How? Oh, we don't have to theory craft because it's all been torn away. It's Nafany trying to hold down the B site. In with a hat trick. Hobbit comes rotating in as well. And Nafany trying to put a nail in the coffin. Will get silenced himself. Plopsky now left in a 1v2. A chance to keep NiP afloat. Shiro and Axile both moving in through the tunnels. They're going to group up and go together. Plopsky, he delivered NiP so many rounds back on Ancient. He was one of the guys who kept them in it, but now he falls short in the clutch, and Gambit lock in the victory. 2-1 over NiP. Wow. They continue fighting on, booking a slot in the playoffs at a bare minimum. Those quarterfinals, Gambit showing they can dance on land just as well as online.